Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for stopping by to watch my first video. A few weeks back I had you submit questions and I received a ton of them, so I appreciate that. So this video is going to be the Q&A that I said I was going to put out 2 weeks ago. I warned you this could be a while. I warned you. But there's some issues as far as like my microphone didn't work. I had two microphone issues actually, and it was a big thing. I did this for you, okay? So bear with me. Got that done. It's taken care of. Here's the video. So let's dive into those questions. How do you keep your fitness life with work and stuff? It is my lifestyle. Like, I have incorporated it into my daily routine. I love to do it. I love getting to the gym. I love, clearing my head, and that's where I'm at in the morning. So it's before work. It's before time with my husband in the evenings. So it's my time. So that's how I incorporate it. I found the time in the morning to get to the gym and do my fitness stuff. So, good question. How long do you spend in the gym a week? Maybe like an hour and a half. Usually no more than 2 hours. I guess it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm learning new exercises or trying out new routines, I may be there a little longer than an hour and a half. But hour and a half is typical for me, because I usually throw in like some cardio at the end of my workout. So. What's harder, physical motivation or mental motivation when working out? Definitely mental. I mean, physical, if you're physically like tired and stuff, I recommend rest days. I mean, you should always incorporate rest days into your weeks, just so your body can recover. So usually when I'm at the gym, I'm physically motivated to do it. Mentally, that you can get stuck there sometimes. I mean, I go there to clear my head, but sometimes you just can't clear out some things. So getting in the zone and focusing on what you're there to do. So mental would be harder for me. Favorite workout? Legs right now. Legs, or chest flies. I really like those. Do you guys have a marriage plan? A plan? Like, we're married already. Like, I don't know what you meant by plan. Like, are we ending it after a certain amount of years? I don't know. Just keep going along. Just stick to being married, right? How often do you indulge? Unhealthy meals, alcohol, etc. Do you break your regimen? Not very often. Like I said, my meals throughout the week are very consistent every day. Weekends would be the time I do it, if I do it. Sometimes I just choose to just be good. Like yesterday we had brunch with friends and there was cinnamon rolls and mimosas and all this good stuff. And I had some, but I just didn't go crazy. I just, in moderation, I choose to do it. So, what does an average day on your meal plan look like? It's kind of boring. About 6 meals a day. Fairly, not small, but they're not like large. You see some bodybuilders with like rice and chicken. I just don't do that. I just, consistent. I mean, chicken, egg whites, broccoli, Ezekiel bread, stuff like that. Blueberries, like simple foods. That's typical for me. Lots of water. Is the new house you and Marky's forever home? Probably not. We love this house, but we're not we're not forever home type of people. We always think about what would be a great place to move and live. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff would be a reason we'd move. This house is amazing, but in the future, if we decide we want to see something else, we may. So, how can we get our chest to grow like yours, or just grow? Well, remember, to build muscle, you need a proper diet. So just make sure you're getting in enough macros for whatever your goals are, whether it's to build muscle or cut or bulk or whatever. How can we get your chest to grow? I mean, I would say just make sure when you're doing the exercises, make sure your form is correct. So really focus on your form, because if you're doing them incorrectly, you're probably going to hurt yourself, first of all. But you're just not going to have the same effectiveness of that exercise. So just Follow my page and I'll help you. That's cheesy. What's your advice for gay guys that struggle with body confidence? Well, I mean, that is a great question. That applies to everybody, really. I mean, I still get self-conscious all the time. I think my biggest trick and actually saying it in my head was learning to block out the noise. And you're not like anyone else, and your body is different than everyone else's. So you have to keep telling yourself, stop comparing yourself to other people. If it's a certain area that you're self-conscious about, like my husband and I, we hired a coach to help us with our diet, and that for both of us really boosted our confidence because we kind of took control of what we were self-conscious about. So try something like that, but learning to block out the noise and just remembering, you're not everyone else. So just keep telling yourself that. Can you tell us the story behind your mijo tattoo? So, yeah, sure. My mijo tattoo is in remembrance of my mom. She was Hispanic, and she said mijo for my son and mija for my daughter, for her kids. So since she said mijo, I mean, she's always called me mijo. It's almost like a nickname. Mijo just kind of stuck. So when she passed away, it took me a minute to think of what I wanted to remember her by, but that always stood out. And I actually decided to put her favorite flower right above it. So that's what mijo is. Thanks for asking that. What's your height and weight, and what's your favorite workout routine? I am 5'7", weight roughly around 165, 167. I think a couple days ago was what I weighed, but it's just gonna fluctuate with. I think I had a cinnamon roll this past weekend, so yeah. And what's your favorite workout routine to do? Right now, I'm really into legs. Like I said earlier, I want to improve them, and I'm just kind of in a nice groove on my routines with my legs. So that's probably my favorite right now. Chest would be my second if I was going to pick another one. How long have you been lifting? Well, I mean, I've been doing it since I've been more aware of exercising and eating right since I was 16, 17. I would say lifting, probably around 25, I think, because I was already dating my husband at the time, and I wasn't really into lifting then. So probably around 25. I'm 34 now. Am I 34? I'm 34. How do I gain muscle to have that perfect body? Well, diet's huge. So really doing your research on what your body needs. And I mean, I really recommend hiring a coach to help you with it. Like I said earlier, it helped me tremendously on figuring out what my body needed to stay toned but not lose my muscle. So yeah. Ever think about being on stage? You could totally do it. Yes, I've thought of it. I still think about it. I've never done it. I don't know if I'm the stage type. I don't know. Like, I want to do it, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure. And I almost just like doing my own thing and not feeling I have to fit into what they're wanting me to look like on stage. I don't know. I would have to do some more research on it, but I've considered it. It's just probably not happening anytime soon as I get old. When you go out for drinks, are there certain things you stick to, or do you let yourself splurge? So I don't drink a lot. I never really have. I'm a social drinker, so like my husband and I don't really drink throughout the week. Social drinker, and if I'm going to drink, I just really don't like getting drunk. It's not my thing. But if I'm going to drink, it's usually vodka, a couple drinks of vodka with water and lime. So it's real light, but not sugary. I can't do those very well. What did you use to get ripped in a very short time? I hired a coach. It was a duo. It was two guys, but I hired them, and they gave me gave me my whole workout routine and diet, and I did that for 4 months. I think around 4 months, and it definitely changed how I intake food and how I choose what I'm eating. I really recommend, if you're struggling with that, to look into hiring someone or doing a lot of research, and it's kind of a guessing game after you trial and error. Let's see, next one. What are your insecurities? It's a good question. I don't know, I feel like I have insecurities like everyone else. Normal. Not overly focused on a particular one. I mean, like I said earlier, going into the gym, sometimes you see guys that are huge and you're just like, tiny man compared to them. But like I said, you can't focus on that. When I go into the gym, I really do get in the mindset of I'm there to do something. So I block out all that noise. I don't worry about what they're doing. Sometimes I'll do an exercise and I'm like, am I doing this right? So if I'm not sure, I YouTube it. I mean, most everyone has a phone. So I just look it up real quick, and I do that, and I just kind of try to correct my train of thought so that I'm not so like while I'm there. You had a lot happen last year. How do you stay motivated? A lot happened. I'm assuming you mean like selling my house and maybe my dog's passing. I'm not really sure if that's what you mean. This is what I love to do. I love going to the gym. It sets the day for me. It sets my mood. It clears my head. So waking up, going to the gym, that I need to do that. So if I'm stressed or things are kind of jumbled in my life, whether it's moving or dogs passing away or whatever, going to the gym is what gets me like level-headed and clear. So that's just kind of what motivates me. Do you have breakfast before or after your so early workouts? So I eat about an hour before I go to the gym. So I wake up around 3:30 so that I can eat around 4, and then I get to the gym about 5. So yes, I do have a small meal beforehand. What is a piece of gym equipment that you can't do without? Oh, I really love dumbbells. So is that equipment? Is that equipment? Yeah, that's equipment. I really love dumbbells because you can do so many different types of exercises, from obviously arms, shoulders, chest, legs, pretty much the whole body you can do with dumbbells. So I'm really into dumbbells. What do you consider your best asset of your body, and why? I would say chest, only because it's my easiest part of my body to work out. Does that make sense? I've always had somewhat of a bigger chest, so probably my chest. I'm wanting it to be my legs because I really like nice legs, so that's kind of my goal right now. How long have you been married to your husband? Mark and I have been married 3.5 years. We've been together 11 and a half. But yeah, married 3.5. What should you eat after exercise? I mean, going to like a whey, like I usually do like a shake. So like a whey protein, because your body absorbs it quickly, and like a simple carb, sugar basically. So I do like Gatorade, and your body just kind of sucks it up right after a workout. That's what I go for. There's a lot of options, but that's what I do. How old are you, my friend? 34. How did you and your husband meet? It's a good one. Well, he stalked me when we were living. No, I'm just kidding. When we were in our hometown, well, his hometown. I moved there, but we lived there together. Met at a bar. Yeah, it's real romantic. We saw each other at a bar, started chatting it up, and here we are. Next question. All right, moving on. I think this is gonna be my last question. What are your fitness goals? Fitness goals. I don't necessarily have like a goal. I guess what I'm doing I really enjoy as far as just staying physically fit, choosing foods wisely, and I'm really into recording my stuff right now and posting it, because I feel like a lot of you, when you're responding to it and you're saying thank you and you're like doing the workouts and like that motivates me to keep going too, so I really appreciate that. So as far as like my fitness goals, just kind of doing what I'm doing currently. If that changes, I mean, it'll probably change because I change my mind a lot, but yeah, just kind of doing what I'm doing currently and helping where I can and going from there. All right, that's it for the questions, you guys. Thanks so much for sticking around and listening to me go on. But thank you for submitting all the questions. Some of them were really great. Some of them were fun. Some of them were totally inappropriate, but I still enjoyed reading them. So thanks again. Check out my Instagram if you have not yet. I'll post it on my what's it called? Or if you're watching this on Instagram, be sure to go to my YouTube channel. I'm hoping to post things more, fitness oriented, but wellness also. I feel like I get a lot of questions as far as like, what kind of skincare stuff do you use? How do you know what to eat? Stuff like that. So all around just kind of wellness, fitness, workout videos, stuff like that. So thanks again for hanging out, guys.